Now for an update on sports stories across the globe, Aron Akerejola joins us. Good morning, Aron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Tunde. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Morning.
And let's actually pick it up from the 72nd FIFA Congress that was held in Doha yesterday. And controversies were everywhere in the air. The FIFA president was put on the spot. He was made to answer major questions about the happenings and the presence of Russia at the Congress, and yet again, an opportunity to take a very decisive stance did not happen. As he said that at the moment, we know that the Russian national team are being banned from participating at the World Cup qualifiers. Their clubs are also being banned for participating in UEFA games, but Russia as a federation have not been banned. So, hence, their presence at the 72nd FIFA Congress. And to say, of course, they also had the Ukrainian Federation president speak. He was actually decked up in his Kevlar, and he actually addressed the FIFA Congress. So it was a little bit of confusion because they are standing with Ukraine on one side, and also still, probably still being soft-handed with Russia on the other side. It's rather unfortunate. But let's talk about the Norway Federation president, who came out gun blazing, smoking hot, as she lashed out at Qatar and all their human records and the migrant workers and what they had actually faced leading up to this particular Congress and leading up to this particular World Cup and how they even got the ticket in the first place. She laid it out, and some did not support her, but she has her supporters who felt she spoke their mind, and they were happy she spoke out. The man representing the Qatar Federation actually gave his own defense about all that has actually happened leading up to this particular World Cup, and they've been assuring people that certainly things about human rights and also things about the LGBTQ plus community will be addressed as we get into the World Cup. A lot has been said, but it was a very, very awkward and uncomfortable 72nd General Congress of FIFA. And let's try and move away from that. This news actually came in yesterday morning, talking about the fact that the Nigeria Football Federation has pulled the trigger. They've sacked every member of the technical crew of the Super Eagles, which includes a very, very rich array of players, ex-players, the likes of Aloysius Ago, not forgetting Joseph Yobo, and also Emmanuel Amunike, and Coach Salisu also is included. And they also mentioned that one man, talking about Augustus Cerezo Iguavon, has withdrawn from the team. And at the moment, the Nigeria Football Federation are back to the chopping block. Some months ago, in February, there were talks about who should take Nigeria to the World Cup. Now that has not materialized, there are talks about should it be a foreign coach or should it be a local coach. That debate is still in the air. Let's see if the Nigeria Football Federation will bite that particular bullet. But in the meantime, Nigeria actually soared in their FIFA rankings. They are now 30th in the world. In Africa, from 5th, they jumped to 3rd. And at the moment, on paper, it's looking good for the Nigeria Football Federation in terms of ranking. But realistically, we're at the lowest ebb at the moment. Away from that, Naomi Osaka seems to be waxing strong. Belinda Bencic, the Swiss international, was being put to the sword. Osaka came from behind. 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 was how he actually ended in the Miami Open. Congratulations to her. One man, talking about Daniel Medvedev, on the other hand, maybe feeling the pressure at the moment. He needed to get to the semifinals at least to be guaranteed of world number one. That did not happen on the day as Hokaz decided to put him to the sword. And at the moment, Hokaz goes to the semifinals while Medvedev will rule his opportunity to become world number one. And at the moment, he cannot overtake Novak Djokovic. Away from that, before I come to you quickly, let's talk about Aron Akerejola. Aron Akerejola, the Nigerian international, who has been doing great things in the world of table tennis, once again has set a new record by getting to the semifinals of the Singapore Open. He's been doing, of the Doha Open. He's been doing so well at the circuit, and kudos must go to him because he's been championing the course. We play table tennis in Nigeria, but when it comes to dominance in table tennis, the Egyptians and the North Africans have it. Aron Akerejola seems to be the only one ensuring that that is not a clean sweep by the North Africans. He keeps soldiering on almost all alone. He has one or two. We have one or two table tennis stars that are trying to, but Aron Akerejola stands heads and shoulders above the rest of them.
Well, thank you. That, very explosive FIFA conference. Usually it's a lot more civilized.
Yes, it's always civilized.
Yeah.
But
it was not. But the criticisms that you were alluding to, I guess because some people felt that, what's her name? Clavers?
Yes, Clavers, later Clavers.
Yes, was a bit passionate because she herself is gay and that she ought to have taken it sort of a personal approach and talked to the Qataris rather than making it public. Do you agree with that?
She had an opportunity and she took it. That's my own opinion. Because a lot of people have been talking with their tongue in their cheek. David Beckham has been doing a lot of whitewashing for them.
Oh, he does.
And they've been trying to get people on their good books. Nima Dos Santos Jr. is an ambassador to the World Cup. They've tried to do a lot of image building. No one has come out openly and address these issues like that. That is why it came as a rude shock to everyone.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with what she did, but a lot of people do.
No, I don't think it came as a rude shock because the criticism has been long in coming and has been on the table.
But nobody has actually spoken out this clearly.
No, Amnesty International spoke out very clearly to condemn human rights abuses in Qatar, particularly to the rights, particularly with regard to the rights of the LGBTQI plus community.
Yeah.
And also the interests of migrant workers. And there are others who have also said, look, this is all about commercial interests, about money, and that, Qatar is not a fit and appropriate place to hold an important tournament.
But the English FA that have been, they've been talking bad aside, basically.
Hassan Al-Tawadi, who is the man in charge of the tournament in Qatar, has said that, look, this is about sports, and that the criticism against his country is unfair, and that Qatar is committed to delivering a very important and successful tournament. However, there are other details. The main issue is about the draw, which we announced later today.
Yeah, this evening.
And I'm excited by the fact that at least a Nigerian is one of the delegates who has been invited to be part of it. JJ Okocha is there. That part of it is important to me. Coming on the back of our disgraceful outing
it's a consolation
in the World Cup qualifiers. But more than that, the draws, the way it works, will not be complete because some of the countries involved, like Australia, like Peru,
we still have some slots left.
And some, other countries, we still have to play sometime in June before a final decision can be taken. But another fallout of that Congress in Doha is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, saying that he's running for a third term. His second term, which he got in 2019 for a 4-year period, expires in January.
Yes.
And he says he's still interested. So, when I saw third term, okay, that's allowed in sports. If it had been in Nigerian politics, we will have raised an eyebrow.
And also his pipe dream has actually given up on his pipe dream of actually having a biennial World Cup also. You mentioned that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and very quickly.
He really wanted that.
Very, very quickly, the other thing to add. Oh, yes, you said our FIFA ranking has gone up at the end of March. We were 32nd. We're now 30th. Right? And we're now third in Africa.
Yes.
But of what importance is that?
Unfortunately.
The ranking, what is it? We lost the $5.6 million that we would have been given if we had qualified. We lost it.
The 5.6 billion naira.
Billion naira. 12.2 something million euros. We don't have it. And then we are celebrating improvement in ranking. No, let them forget about ranking. We will have preferred to be in
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
In fact, I don't even reckon with those rankings because, see, about over 10 years ago, Nigeria didn't play any game for a couple of months. We were ranked 7th in the world, or 9th in the world, I remember. Then when we started playing games again, we're ranked low, so I don't care about the ranking. But I think what is evident here is the hypocrisy of all the countries and FIFA itself that are berating Qatar. You knew this was going to happen. You knew Qatar had no respect for human rights. But you were more concerned about your corruption and the money you were going to take in back deals.
No, but Gianni can isolate himself and insulate himself from all this because it happened at September.
Gianni keeps isolating himself. We all know how ridden with corruption FIFA is. We all know the story of Sepp Blatter.
Yes, Sepp Blatter.
We all know from the time of Havelange. We all know from the time of Sastan Euro how ridden with corruption FIFA is. So why are we
we have to go now. But I won't dismiss FIFA rankings because even the draws today will be done on the basis of the same rankings. Not so?
Yes, yes.
So. Okay, thank you very much.